Yeah, hi again. In this video, we're going to talk about descriptive statistics, continue with what we did last time. And here we have two data sets. So you're going to find out how do we find a scatter plot, find means, standard deviations, variances, and graph the data, and so on. So let's start with displaying graphing this data. So first we want to highlight this data and go to insert, and then I want to do a scatter plot. So I want to see the relationship between this data. So I click on this one here, and you can see here my x-axis represents the first column, my y-axis represents the second column of data, and I can see a relationship that's going upward. So this is called a scatter plot. And so as the size goes up, the size of these represent sizes of TVs, these represent the prices. So as the size of the TV, as the TV gets larger, the price gets larger and larger, and so on. So you can improve on this if you want to display what the x-axis represents, what this represents, by editing this. Okay, so that's the first thing we want to learn. The second thing also, if I have one data set, say I want to do, I can do a line chart, just one data set. I can go insert, I can go here, and I think in this case just can click on this, and I can see how the price fluctuates. So I can click on this one. This one for three-dimensional. If I have three data sets, I can do that. So if I click on this, I would get this chart here. Also, if I want to find out, say, the mean for this data, we're going to pick one of these data sets, say the price, the average price. So one way to do this is I want to put the average here. So I write average, So I want the average. I want to put that answer here, and I go say equal, and I want the average. So I start typing AVER, and I see that appears here, average. So I double click, and I want the average for this data, and need to close the parentheses, and that's the average price. Okay, so suppose I want to find the median. I want to write median here, equal, and I want to put the value here. So I go up there, I put equal, and start typing median. And so I double click, and again, if I highlight this data, and if I want the median size, I would click on there and close that. And so that's the median price, and so on. So if I want the mode, I can also do the mode equal. Let me put the value here. Click there, equal MO. So I want the mode single in this case. I just use the mode and one number, and I go this data, highlight it, and did I make a mistake somewhere? There's no mode maybe in this case. I put the wrong one. There's a mode, should be E there, and so that gives me 900. Okay, so if I go back, say if I want to do it over again, MODE, so this is the mode, that's a mod function, this is the mode I want. Double click and then highlight. Okay, so the mode is 900, which is the most frequently occurring value in the data. Other values we can compute from the data would be the variance and standard deviation. So I can go here and say I want my variance equal no, I want to put the value here, so equal, start typing variance, and so you can see I want variance S for sample, that's variance P for population. Since I have a sample, I want the variance S, and I highlight the data I want, again equal, and so that gives me the variance. If I want the standard deviation, say STD here, equal, same thing, I want to put the answer here, equal standard deviation standard deviation, that doesn't say ST, it should be STD. Yeah, standard deviation sample. If I want the one for the population, I would click there, and if you remember the difference, one of them you divide by the population size, the other one you divide by the sample size -1. So that's why they are different, is because the denominator is different. And so that's my standard deviation, and I can get other values like the range and so on, but sometimes we need all of these together. So an easier way to do this is to go to data, click on data analysis, and now click on descriptive statistics, and now you want your input data, and well, you can highlight from here all the way here, or you can highlight the price. That would give you a label, which is nice, but if you do that, always remember to click label in first row, so it wouldn't count in the calculations. And then what do I want here? I want my output, the summary statistics. I also want to put that in a new worksheet, or if you don't, you want it here, you can say put it there, and you identify this display. Oh, I messed that up there. I was still highlighted there, so I'm going to go back, highlight this, and go highlight this, and say I want my answer to go here. And I think that's it. Click, and sometimes you want to enlarge these to make it look better. And you can see I have the mean, which I got there, the standard error, which we'll talk about later, the median, the mode, the standard deviation, and the variance, the kurtosis and skewness, we're not going to talk about them, the range, the minimum, the maximum, the sum, the total of these values, and the count. We had 16 measurements. Okay, so this is basically how you can do this this homework assignment, and hope this is helpful. Thank you.